Good morning, my fellow bulls. It's been a couple days since I've done anything stock related. I can't live stream for a while, so I'm going to have to do some just follow-up vids. But I am recording this at 9:45 a.m. on March 17th, and we are having a resurgence in GameStop. And man, I'll tell you, if you missed the dip on Tuesday or Monday, the dip was very juicy. I'll tell you this, Tuesday's dip was delicious. GameStop dipped down to about 172 bucks, and it was down 20 odd percent. I'm going to pull up the chart here if you missed it. Whoa, look at that, 172, and then it bounced back up. You had solid opportunity to get big gains since the opening just the other day. So I want to put this out there because I see a lot of videos and comments in regards to GameStop and all of the buy and hold, and the bag holders and this and that. Look, I like the stock just as much as you guys do. I do. I like it. However, I am also in it to make some money, not just to prove a point to someone who probably doesn't care in the slightest bit that I'm out here trying to make a point, right? I'm not really making a big splash. So, smart thing to do is sell the rip, buy the dip. That's the smart thing to do. So the other morning, GameStop was up like 4%, and I was up, I don't know, 500 bucks or something on my position. Liquidated all of it, and that was Monday. And then going into the bell on Monday, GameStop was down, I don't know what it was, 5-6%, something like that. Bought into GameStop again, put about 5,000 bucks into GameStop to ride overnight, along with two other stocks, I think Square and Riot Blockchain. Woke up Tuesday, everything red. All of it was red. I was down at one point Tuesday morning about $1,100. Well, Square wasn't red. Square was up like 0.05% or something. Made $7 on my Square play. So, bought me some energy drinks in the morning. But what I'm getting at is, I had $5,000 sitting in GameStop that at one point was down $1,000 on Tuesday. It was down a grand on 5,000, so 20%. And I took the remaining balance of what I had, and I watched GameStop, and I watched it slowly go up from its low at 170, and I bought in at 180 and change. And then I bought in more, and I kept adding little by little in my position, and I averaged down to 202. That was my average price on Tuesday. And as you can see now, GameStop is trading at 230. I am up $2,400 as of this video. I went into GameStop maybe, a few weeks ago with a total of like 61 shares. I'm currently holding 78 shares. I've gained more shares with the money I've had. I've taken some profits out already. GameStop has netted me, probably about $10,000 this month in profits. So I implore you to be smart, right? Be smart. GameStop might go back to $300. It might not go back to $300. It might go to $500. I have no idea, but I do know in between now and then, we're going to have some big red candlesticks. Probably today we're going to have some big red candlesticks because of what Jerome Powell says. And if you want to have just a gander at my watch list here, it's a whole lot of negative. I mean, some companies down big money. Now, that being said, if you're not invested in any of these, you're doing great. You're not losing anything. But you are sitting in front of a big buying opportunity to ride up some of these dips and gain some percent back. And that is where you need to be. You need to look at a red day like minus 22% on GameStop and go, is that coming back? Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the chart over a certain amount of time and see what is it doing. It's the 1 day. Look at the 1 hour chart. Is it going to bounce back up? That was the low. Bounced up, rode it down. Now it's on a big uptick. I'm holding this, and today I will sell it, and I will buy it again because I want more shares. I want more skin in the game. for the same money. That's the goal. That is my goal. More skin in the game without putting in more money out of pocket. I want to take some of my profits out and put them back in, right? That's what we need to do. You can do that with all of these stocks that could be going to the upside. AMC does have a nice little upward momentum happening here. AMC took a pretty big hit the other day too. It was down a lot. Look at some of these, like Plug Power was down at one point, I think 15%. And then I want to remind you, because I see this pop up in the chat a lot, is the SSR, the short sale restriction rule, right? So if the stock dips below 10%, not a 10% drop from the upside. If it's up 10% and goes to even, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about if it drops below 10% in the red, it's going to trigger the SSR for the next day, which means they cannot short sale unless it's on an uptick. Does that affect it? It does. It does affect it a little bit. Does it stop someone with big short interest from shorting the stock? No, not really. They can still do it. For sure. This is kind of annoying. My web desktop here is popping like crazy. But they can still short the stock on the way up. They can still short it through ETFs. They can still sell actual shares. So that is not a guaranteed win for you the next day going, well, because it was SSR, it's going to go up. That does not mean that. It can still absolutely go down. Now today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Jerome Powell is going to come out and say something that's going to scare people in the market, and our day is probably going to look like this. It's probably just going to bleed out, and then tomorrow people will recover. Do I think that today's momentum has a lot to do with stimulus checks? Not really. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it was a huge discount on this stock. And in terms of Gamestop, huge discount. Buying it below 200 again when all the chart data shows that it will be back into that $300 range. Yeah, pick it up at 180 for sure. I kind of hope today that I sell it 10 or 12% up. I sell it here at 235, and then I'm just going to turn this off for a second. And then it drops down to 220, and I get to buy in and add up another, 5 or 6 or 10 shares to my position while taking out some profit. I mean, that sounds amazing. So I implore you, if you are watching this video, that everyone else out there trading is in the same boat that you are. Nobody has a crystal ball. Some of them pay more attention. Some of them have colder hearts. Let's put it that way. You need a cold heart. Don't diamond hand it. If you're down, average up. Or not average up, but average down. If you're losing money, lower the average cost per share in your position. And if you do not know what that means, that's okay. Just take the amount of total money you have invested, divide it by the number of shares. That is how much per share you are currently holding. Buy when it's less than that to bring that number down. That way, when the stock does start to recover, it doesn't have to move so far for you to be back in the green. So, for instance, I was averaged at 219 on GameStop going into Tuesday morning. I averaged it down to 202. So when the stock did hit $202 again, I was doing great. I was back in the green. I went from being down $1,000 to up 500 on the day. That's where we need to be. We need to be paying attention to these things. We need to not freak out when we see certain red candles like right now. This one looks pretty juicy. Does. This is on the 1 minute chart. And if I want to make myself feel better, put it on the 5 minute chart because that's green, green, green all the way up. Upward momentum. Now, GameStop defies pretty much all common stock trading analysis at this point. I mean, look at everything else just being red and shit in the bed. So, take it for what it's worth. But generally speaking, a bull flag is a bull flag and a bear flag is a bear flag, and a head and shoulders is going to wash away some profits at the end of the day on pretty much all of these. So, definitely take your emotions out of it. Be smart. Don't get too greedy. We can take if I sold now, I can take my profits at 8%, which so far is a total gain of $1,800. And I can wait for a dip down to maybe plus 4%. Let's see if it dips down to this 218, 217 range. And then buy it again, ride it back up. And I only have probably 1 or 2 day trades left for a few more days. So I'm kind of calming down, and I'm going to ride it out and see where this wants to go. If I see a big downward momentum come into play here, then I'll probably close the position, wait to rebuy it. Be in the green, take my profits, and then just wait and re-up. I also looked at AMC the other day. I made a good bit of money on AMC. I did. AMC had that 25% run. I was down, a little bit of money. Not much. I was down a little bit on Gamestop, and I sold a position, down a couple $100 maybe. Threw everything into AMC and wrote it up 12%. So, pulled out $1,500 riding AMC up for the day. So I've made some smart moves this week that have paid out. I have not really made any drastic, immediate FOMO regrets. I think last Friday was the last day I actually made a FOMO regret, and I bought and sold AMC for a profit of about $140, put it into GameStop, and let it sit over the weekend. But that happens, You try to talk yourself out of it. You see some big, quick uptick, and we see that with GameStop a lot. We see a real fast uptick, just boom, to the moon it goes, And I just gotta calm down, keep calm, and ride it up, and know that it's, let's look at it. It's going to bounce back. Today, it looks solid today. I think there's a good chance that it will top out at this 230 mark. That is our current ceiling, and that it will bounce in this 219, 220 mark a few times, and then it's going to pick a direction for the remainder of the week. If we look at our 1 hour, the remainder of the week's not looking bad, but this is a big dip from where we were. So, I hope you guys are doing good out there. I am up total for the week at the moment, $4,100. I am up $3,100 for the month. I'm not mad at that. I am very happy with how this has played out so far. Gonna just continue to keep doing this. I keep listening to Meet Kevin. I'm listening to the other streamers, and taking it for what it is. Kind of buy some of the stocks that Meet Kevin likes. He's doing quite well on the dips. We don't all have his kind of cash access, but trade smart. Take your emotions out of it and make you some tendies. Till next time, good luck out there.